Hello and welcome to the Backtime Report, where every week Fred Altvater and I check in on the world of golf to bring you the latest news, insights, analysis, interviews, recaps, previews. Hey, we cover anything and everything golf. In other words, if it happened in golf, we have it for you. Fred, hi, how are you today?
Hey, Carlos, I'm exhausted. If I happen to nod off and fall asleep, just holler at me or something, okay? I drove down from Cadillac down to Toledo this morning. I just came off of 5 straight hours of lessons and in 80-degree heat, and I'm gonna make it through this, and then I'm going to bed.
I think I would follow you. I mean, I was 2 weeks out in my native Puerto Rico on a workation. Okay, that it wasn't a vacation; it was a workation, and I just need a vacation from the workation now, which is
Exactly.
yeah,
So
I
we're a
fall
good
asleep.
pair tonight. We're really good.
Yes, we will. And hey, let's talk about today. We're going to be talking about the recap of the Open Championship where, hey, your guy, Colin Morikawa, won his second major at only 24 years old. And he did it in sensational way. I mean, he was solid all around. So he's playing up to all that has been put up about him. I mean, he was the one solid constant all 4 rounds. And if you come to see everybody else, even Louis Oosthuizen, who I was trying to pull a little bit for him because he's been the bridesmaid so many times, and for the game that he has, it's incredible. He only has one major, and this would have been perfect for him to make it two on the Open Championship. But hey, it was your guy Morikawa all the way. So how about his win?
Well, and Louis has all these seconds, right? They put up the graphic of how many seconds and top fives he's had in majors. I mean, it's really astounding. He really has been close many times. And I have to say about Louis looked really good the first 3 days. And he has an issue when he gets under a little bit of pressure, he shortens his backswing and then comes up and out of it and flares it right. And it doesn't work. And he hit that shot in the bunker at 7, right? The par 5, easy par 5, hits into bunker and then sculls it out of there into the back bunker up against the back edge, has no shot. Gets out of there, makes triple, right? And he was done. He was just done. That was it. And he played okay after that, but you could just see he was toast. The big surprise here was Jordan Spieth. Jordan hung in there all the way. Jordan actually lost it on Saturday night when
The
he
last two.
bogeyed. Yep, he bogeyed 17 and 18 from the middle of the fairway. He bogeyed them. That lost it right there. That was the difference for him. But Colin Morikawa, Carlos, we started talking about. I told you about him when he first came on the tour. I really loved how he played. And we talked about Morikawa, we talked about Hovland, we talked about Wolff. Those 3 guys that came onto the tour at the same time. Morikawa won right away. Wolff run right away. Hovland has been having a fantastic year and a half. But Morikawa, this is his second major win. Plus, he's won a WGC in there. So the guy he borders on being boring because he's so consistent. Just fairways, greens. If he happens to miss a green, tremendous short game, gets it up in position and moves on. Nothing seems to bother him. I mean, the guy, I just love his whole attitude. And then, I don't know if you saw it or not, his acceptance speech last night was outstanding. The kid's only 24 years old, right? There's no crying. There's none of this, none of that. He was just right on point with everything. Very collected, very mature. I just love this kid. I see really big things for him. He's long enough. His iron game is the best in the game right now, bar none. I really like Colin Morikawa.
What do you think about that iron play? Because I consider him on his prime, Tiger Woods had an amazing iron play, and that's some of the things that, of course, it wasn't only that, but that was a big thing for Tiger when he was at his prime and winning all these majors and all that. And I have a lot of, it reminds me a lot of his iron play there. What you think about Colin and his iron play there?
You know, Tiger was always a little flashy, right? Tiger always liked to show off a little bit. You know, he would, attempt a shot that maybe you didn't have to really try, but he's going to do it because he's Tiger Woods, right? Colin doesn't do that stuff. He's more down to earth. He plays within himself. So, and I would compare him not to Tiger, I would compare him to Ben Hogan. You know, when Lydia Ko was in her prime, I always said, listen, Ben Hogan has come back, and he's come back as been reborn as Lydia Ko. Fairways, greens, putt, right? Just stay, let the other people make the mistakes, just play your game. This is exactly what Colin Morikawa does. Now, we saw Colin at Olympic Club at the PGA last year attempt driving that green on that short par four and pulling off the exact shot that he had to pull off, right? So that was a risk reward. He went for it, but he had to in the situation he was at right there. At the Open this weekend, all he had to do was fairways and greens. Keep it in the fairway, keep it on the green. Don't make any stupid mistakes and let the other guys make their mistakes. And that's exactly what happened. With Spieth, he just couldn't quite get over the hump. He played well, but just couldn't quite catch Colin. Brooks Koepka played fantastic. Could you believe that? He came back on Sunday with a fantastic round. But getting back to Colin, I compare him more to Ben Hogan. And I have to say, a lot of people were saying, well, that was really boring Sunday. Who wanted to watch that? Well, to me, that was perfect golf. They always talk about David Graham in that Open years ago, 75 or whenever that was, having a perfect round of golf. I think it was 18 pars. He had 18 greens. They call that a perfect round of golf. Well, Colin Morikawa just pretty much played a perfect round of golf at Royal St. George's. Fairways, greens, move on. It was really a thing of beauty, Carlos.
And one of the things that I'll also admire about him is he's unflappable. I mean, you see him so composed. And the other thing is that this is the second major that he wins at the first time that he plays it. But the PGA Championship, yeah, that's one thing. But when you go to a place where you have never played links before, he had just played the Scottish Championship, the Scottish Open the week before, just to try to get some experience in those 4 rounds to see if it would help him propel him somehow in that major, right? And my God, I don't know if he did or not, but he played amazingly.
He
And
said he would not have been able to do at Royal St. George's what he did if he had not played at the Scottish Open. He learned so much last week in Scotland, and he brought it this week to Royal St. George's.
And another thing, he was just playing alongside, and I'm coughing a little bit. my throat is a little, but anyway, he was playing alongside 54 hole leader Louis Oosthuizen, who not only is 14 years older than him, but has a lot more experience in links. All right, and Louis was playing like he was going to win. He was wire to wire, the leader in this tournament. He looks like, hey, he's going to make it. But like you talked about it, Louis really he became unraveled in the front 9. But then you see Colin 7, 8, and 9 birdie the 7th, 8th, and 9, ready to take actually the lead there. Then he successfully scrambled on the 10, which really make him be solid there. Yeah, Jordan played well. I say, yeah, he's back. I was trying to see if he could make it well on Saturday. I texted you when I was just landing in the plane here in DFW, and I said, I hope he can make it a moving Saturday. And you said, yeah, he's doing it. But then, and I looked at the score, and I was, oh, he's making a move. Then I see, oh, he bogeyed the last 2. So, but he definitely is looking like he's coming back, and he's going to be there. But Colin Morikawa, like you're saying, his unflappability, I think that there's going to be more majors definitely in his resume to come. He's only 24 years old, and you make a great point. He may not be flashy, so he may not be Tiger in that sense that he's going to try to intimidate anybody. He's just going to try to make sure that he makes his game. And it reminds me in a little bit of how Tiger won the Masters last time. Okay, Tiger didn't win for the shots. He was making sure that he wasn't making a mistake. And Colin Morikawa, that's what he does. He just doesn't make mistakes. And I think there's a bright future ahead for him for it.
Carlos, one more thing, with this win, Colin Morikawa moves to number 1 in the Ryder Cup standings, in the Ryder Cup points list. So the top 6 now are Colin Morikawa, Dustin Johnson, Bryson, Brooks Koepka, Justin Thomas, and Xander Schauffele. Those guys are locked, okay? There might be some moving yet, but now your second 6, Jordan Spieth, Patrick Reed, Harris English, Patrick Cantlay, Daniel Berger, and Tony Finau. So, we don't have Phil's clear down at 17. I don't think Phil's an issue. Even though he won the PGA, I just don't think he's a captain's choice. I don't know. We'll see. But who's the leader on this Ryder Cup? Who's the big dog? Who are you going to go to?
That is an interesting question because Colin has been the solid player, but we still don't know what he's going to be able to do.
But he's so young to the other players.
He is, but I don't. He might be maybe the one that everybody would like to play with, but I don't think he has still the leader skills for this. You really need experience in the Ryder Cup. That's a different kind of monster. And,
Dustin Johnson doesn't seem to ever want to take like a leadership role. He just wants to go do his thing and be left alone. Brooks Koepka, I don't know. He's so abrasive. He might just piss people off. Xander Schauffele is kind of the same thing. He's a young guy. He's not really, doesn't have the chops yet. Justin Thomas, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Patrick Reed or Bryson. Maybe they'll come out.
Yeah, the two that everybody wants to play with. I expect them to be playing together a lot. I don't see anybody else playing with them. But anyway, I think Jordan, he's back. I think he's been. We have said about Patrick Reed being Captain America, but he's just because of the way that he plays and the courageous and the attitude towards the Ryder Cup, and you're not going to beat me. And but I think that it's time for Jordan to take that mantle, and because he's playing well again, it should be him. But Colin, we're going to see really what this means to him. Of course, we're going to see also the Olympics, where we're going to be seeing more of these guys playing there and see what it means to represent your country. So we're going to get a taste of it, even though that's going to be different because that's going to be individual competition. But I still think we're going to have to see first how team competition works for Colin. He's going to play well as long as they pair him with a good.
Would you put Xander and Colin together, or Colin and Jordan? What do you think?
I think Jordan should play with JT. I think that would be the best pairing there. And I actually have been thinking that a player like Dustin Johnson with Colin would be an amazing pairing.
That might be very good.
That would be an amazing pairing because
especially in 4-ball, because Colin's so consistent.
Yep. So that would give Dustin like the green light to go for it, because you know that you have the consistency behind you of Colin, and he's unflappable. So we'll see if that unflappability translate to the team competition in the Ryder Cup. But so far, I think that would be a great pairing there, because anybody that's going to play with him is going to have the green light to go for it, because they know that they can count on him on the other side just to be solid. So anyway, I think it's going to be interesting whoever plays with him, but he's definitely one to look for.
I just want to give, before we wrap this up, I want to give a shout out to Royal St. George's. I really thought they stood the test, produced a really quality leaderboard. There were only a couple guys that missed the cut that we were surprised. Patrick Reed and Patrick Cantlay are the only two names that really missed the cut. the leaderboard was filled with the big names. So, that shows something right there. The course is a little bit quirky, yes, but it was very fair. It didn't get any of the really crazy bounces that you're likely to see sometimes. The fescue was a little tall when you got off the fairway. If you ventured over that, it was tough to get out of there. So, but it was that way for everybody. I thought it was really a great championship. I really enjoyed watching it, but I pretty much watched every day, a lot of it, and it was a lot of fun.
It definitely is, and Royal St. George's is an amazing venue. It was great to finally see it after 10 years again, and it's part of the Open Road, so I can't wait to see again how it plays. I mean, you and Mike May last week talked about it really, really well, and that's one of my favorite courses there because it really presents a challenge. It has some holes that are the bunkers really and the hazards protect the green, so it doesn't allow you to just go for it. So it's consistency rewards consistency, and we just saw it there. That was the result. When you see that leaderboard, it was about the consistency players that were on the top. So anyway, any final thoughts you want to talk about?
No, I think we pretty much covered it right there. Those are the main things for me. Just a really fantastic championship. Really, really enjoyed it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest in golf news and information. And if you haven't followed the show on Twitter, it's Back9 Report. Back, the number 9 in the middle, and then report. So thank you for joining us. Until next time.